What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Burrow77. I have been a little bit cold recently, so I would just want to get that out there. Last week's UCL did not go according to plan, and I've been continuing the cool streak throughout the weekend, looking to bounce back and turn it around this week. I'm not going to lie to you guys, a lot of this information is going to be repeat, so we are going to go very quickly today. And as always, you will be welcome to join me on the live streams tomorrow when we get official starting 11s starting around 2:15 p.m. Eastern, as well as Wednesday around 2:15 p.m. Eastern as well. When I have the official starting 11s, it's much easier for me to tell you exactly what bets I'm going to be on. So please be sure to subscribe right here at youtube.com/@Baroque772. Now that we got that out of the way, let's start here with Aston Villa hosting PSG. Aston Villa is definitely better at home, and PSG is significantly weaker on the road. However, PSG is leading this tilt 3-1 on aggregate. So Villa is 2 goals away from sending this game into extra time and or penalty kicks and 3 goals away from winning it. As I mentioned, PSG is significantly worse away from the Parc des Princes, but I don't think it's in their DNA to sit back and try and defend. I think that they will need to attack and that this game will still need to be open and relatively high scoring, which is why you can see the over 2.5 in both team totals are kind of juiced here. Last week I said I liked both teams to score. I like both teams to score here once again, and the over 2.5. You can get that combo sitting around plus 130 over on Caesars. If I need to pick a side here, I am going to lean PSG at plus 110. I just think the value's super there for the road side. I know Villa is going to get a big home bump here, but I don't think it's going to be enough to take over PSG. I don't know if I'm going to personally get involved in this money line, but that's where I'm leaning right now. When we get into the starting 11s, there's definitely some player prop value to talk about here. Dembele, anytime goal scorer, is sitting at plus 155 over on FanDuel. Doye, who had an absolutely worldy of a goal and participated well for PSG without Barcola in the lineup. I'm looking right at Doye. If he gets the start again, 2 score assist, plus 140 over on FanDuel. His shot on target is also looking really nice at minus 145 on FanDuel. As you guys likely remember, I talk about this PSG midfield and some of this backline to shoot all the time. I am going to probably look at Vitinha shot on target here, sitting at plus 150 over on DraftKings, as well as Hakimi shot on target, sitting at plus 155 over on DraftKings. You'll notice on the back line that Marquinhos is back from his suspension, so that should help PSG's defense out here a little bit. Looking at Aston Villa's predicted starting 11, we don't see Marco Asensio there. And if he is starting, I do want to be a part of Asensio props. It is a slight revenge narrative for Asensio. So if he does play and makes the starting 11, I like his shot on target at minus 125 over on DraftKings. Another one I'm looking at for Aston Villa is Morgan Rogers to have a shot on target at minus 110 on DraftKings. He did score the goal for Aston Villa last week, and Rogers typically plays much better at home. Youri Tielemans and Matty Cash are 2 guys I also frequently talk about, but unfortunately, with Villa being at home, their shots prices are priced out of the market. I don't necessarily trust Tielemans to try 2 direct free kicks. And Matty Cash was subbed off at halftime last game, so I'm kind of moving away from those on this one. Keeping it moving right into Dortmund versus Barcelona. Barcelona is going to have questionable motivation here, up 4-0 on aggregate. I still think they're the better side. I still think that, unfortunately, even with their backups, they're probably going to win this game if they decide to rotate. Dortmund's UCL luck looks like it has come to an end, even though they did have a nice 2-2 draw this weekend in their Klassiker versus Bayern. It seems like this Barcelona side led by Hansi Flick is just going to be too much for them, and I hate saying that. You can clearly see I'm wearing my Puta Barca shirt, so it does bring me great pain to talk so favorably on Barcelona, but I think the minus 115 here on the money line is a layup. Getting into the starting 11s, Lewandowski has the potential to score what I think is 100th goal here for Barcelona. So him in the Champions League back in Germany with his potential 100th goal for Barcelona. His anytime goal sitting at plus 112 over on Bet Rivers just feels like too nice of a price not to go for. Rafinha is playing at another worldly level. I do like the Brazilian. I hate that he is on Barcelona, but I would look right at Rafinha's anytime goal sitting at plus 200 over on DK. I would look at his assist as well. It's plus 195 on FanDuel. Make sure you shop that around and get the best price. He only came up on FanDuel on my odds shopper, and I didn't have the time to go through each sports book to find the best price for you guys. Rafinha coming off of a goal and an assist last game versus Dortmund, so I have no problem going back to the well on him. If you want to get involved in Yamal, I really like his assist price at plus 320 on DraftKings. One nice thing about Dortmund, I guess, is they get Pascal Gross back for this match. Not that I think it's going to make a huge impact. At home, down 4 goals. There's not even a bunch of standout numbers here on Dortmund that I'm dying to take. Bino Gittins is priced out of the shot on target market, sitting at like minus 150-ish. I still think Karim Adeyemi is one of the best players on the pitch here for this Dortmund side, even though they took him off after 45 minutes last game, which I just couldn't understand. But whatever, I'm not the one managing Dortmund, unfortunately. Adeyemi for a shot on target, minus 115 on DK. Not a whole ton to say about this one, so I'm just going to keep it on moving. And we will keep it on moving into Spain, where I unfortunately have to talk about how Arsenal is up 3-0 on aggregate, which is something I definitely did not expect. Got to give credit where it's due. Declan Rice hit 2 amazing free kicks that were basically unstoppable. Madrid obviously could have stopped them had they not committed the fouls, but that's part of the game. Part of what makes the UCL so special is you need your marquee players to step up in the biggest moments and deliver absolute world beaters like they never have before. Unfortunately, that's what we saw with Declan Rice for Arsenal. And then we had to sub Lucas Vasquez on, and his man promptly directly contributed to the 3rd goal. If you can't tell, I'm super frustrated with Madrid's defense, especially after Ancelotti asked for more help and we refused to go out and sign anybody or get him any sort of right back help. So now Fetty's playing right back, and it's not an excuse. It's just a fact. So I am not thrilled about this matchup. One of the things that Madrid needs to do effectively to win is to create space and use their pace on counterattacks. With Arsenal having a 3-goal aggregate lead, I fully expect them to park the bus and have absolutely no desire to move the ball forward here, which would leave them space in behind for Madrid to try and put balls over the top and make runs. It is in Arsenal's best interest to play terrorism football and park the bus for 90 minutes here. I do not care who you are. When you shove 10 men behind the ball and stay in a low block with 5-and-5 lines, it's incredibly hard to pick you apart over 90 plus minutes. That said, Madrid average over 2 goals a game at home, and I do expect Madrid to find the back of the net here and hopefully bring me some Bernabeu magic where we can make a run and maybe get at least extra time in this one. Comes as no surprise, I like Madrid here on the money line at minus 140. Getting into some player props here, these are obviously last week's starting 11s. Camavinga will still be suspended on that red card, but Tchouaméni should be back here for Madrid. Other than that, I'm not seeing a lot of rotation happen in this Madrid starting 11. If there is, and I have to look at Lucas Vasquez play right back, I am going to scream. I just fucking hate that guy so much, dude. Anyway, let's talk about some player props here. Mbappe anytime goal at plus 105 over on FanDuel feels like a layup. Vinny Jr. has been ice cold recently, but he is Mr. UCL. I can't see not taking his to score assist at minus 115 at home in the Bernabeu. I do like Jude Bellingham to get involved as well. I'm looking at his anytime goal plus 127 over on DraftKings. If Bukayo Saka is healthy here for Arsenal, I like his shot on target at minus 115 on DK. If anybody's going to be coming forward, I think it will be him because he does have some good pace. And Saka will be able to start the counter if Arsenal do decide to move out of the final third. I have to mention that Odegaard's shot on target is still in play just because of the storyline here. Ex-Madrid player. If he's going to shoot, I like him to put it on target. Odegaard shot on target sitting at plus 155 over on FanDuel. Madrid is still going to fall, guys. So if Declan Rice is going to continue taking free kicks and be a wizard with them, it's worth looking at Rice for a shot on target plus 210 over on FanDuel. Other than that, a lot of what I'm looking at is back line shots. I think that Arsenal will look to have their back line shoot to put the ball out of bounds so they can reset and get their low block when they do move out of their final third. I'm looking right at Thomas Partey for a shot at minus 120 on FanDuel, as well as William Saliba to take a shot at plus 230 on FanDuel. And for Madrid, I'm looking at Anthony Rudiger to get involved here, take a shot at minus 115 on DraftKings, and Asensio shot at plus 160 over on FanDuel. Last thing I'll say before we get out here, despite my lack of excitement, Arsenal fans, you would be mad foolish to think that Real Madrid is dead when they have a home match at the Bernabeu. Madrid is never dead and they can come back at any point, though I do think this is going to be an uphill battle. Keeping it moving over into Italy, where we have Inter Milan hosting Bayern Munich. Inter Milan is leading this one 2-1 on aggregate. So you know exactly what that means. The Italians are going to shut down shop and just play super good defense and try and keep this one low scoring. They're ahead on aggregate. They're at home in the San Siro. All they need to do is keep the score 0-0, and they've done their jobs. I like Inter on the draw no bet here at minus 102, and I really like the under 2.5 here, sitting at plus 110 over on DraftKings. As I mentioned previously, Bayern did have their Klassiker over the weekend playing Dortmund at home. It seems like Bayern may have wised up and gave Mueller the start in Der Klassiker, who assisted Bayern's first goal. So hopefully they learned from their mistake last week and start Tommy Mueller in the UCL. If they do, I like Mueller for a shot on target here, sitting at minus 115 over on DraftKings. I have a very high degree of confidence that Elise will be in this starting 11, so I like his shot on target sitting at minus 140 over on DraftKings. It might be a little juicy to play as a straight, but it makes a great dance partner on a parlay piece as well. For Inter, I would look at DeMarco shot on target as well as Calhanoglu shot on target. I believe Bayern is going to be the team that has more of the football looking to attack. So I would look at Goretzka shot on target as well at plus 230. I mention it every UCL match, but Kimmich just to take a single shot at minus 155 makes a very nice parlay piece. If Inter are moving forward and looking to attack, I do like DeMarco to take 2 shots as well at plus 125. That's going to about wrap it up for me. Like I said at the beginning, please be sure to tune in tomorrow about 2:15 p.m. Eastern Time, as well as Wednesday about 2:15 p.m. Eastern Time. We will be doing live shows with the actual starting 11s so we can get some more accurate information as well as bets down. If you are enjoying the content, please be sure to like and subscribe right here at youtube.com/@Burrow772. That way you will get notified when we go live for the UCL streams this week. Subscribing on YouTube costs you guys absolutely nothing, and it helps me out immensely. So please, please, please subscribe. If you are looking for other ways to support, please be sure to check the links below. You can find the links below to join any of the Discords. You can also find my links to follow me on social media, Twitter, X, Instagram, etc. I am also partnered with BetUS. So if you need a sportsbook, check out the video description below and you will find a 125% deposit match code for BetUS, where the game begins. Appreciate you guys tuning in as always. And until next time, I look forward to seeing you at the window. Oaks out. Doses. We outside.